Good morning. It is feeling pretty good outside today. Today is a work day. We've got stuff set up behind me. We are building the chicken coop today. It's gonna go right here. Start here at this corner and building an 8x10 shed chicken coop. So I've got all the supplies. I've got blocks here to make footings and level it, and got all the lumber to build the base. And I've got an arrow 8x10 shed that is going to be what the chicken coop is. So as I make progress with this, I'll update y'all. But without further ado, let's get started. All right, guys, so you saw me just get everything leveled out over here. You know, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of slope in this ground till you try and level it. So I'm glad I bought enough blocks, but Lane's out here helping me. I'm glad I bought enough blocks because I almost just got 4, one for each corner. Then I thought about it and I'm like, I think there is a little bit more slope there than I thought. So I'm glad I did that. Next up, we've got our long pieces there. So the base is going to be 121 inches long by 92 3/4 inches wide. Hi, Dayton.
Hi.
Dayton's off school today because it's Monday and he doesn't have school. And Lane is home from school for the day. So 121 inches long from me to Dayton, essentially, from that brick to where Dayton's standing. And then 92 3/4 inches from here to here. So I've already got the 121 inch pieces cut. And there's one. The other one's here. And I've just gone through and marked out my locations for screws. See the lines? And I'm going to pre-drill all of these. And then I'm going to cut my shorter pieces. For the base to be 92 3/4 inches, we're going to have to cut the shorter pieces at... well, they're 1.5 inches. So I'll show you guys here. I'll show you my logic. So a 2x4 is not actually 2 inches. It is 1.5 inches. So it needs to be 3 inches shorter. Dayton, don't put that in there, please. I don't want them to chew on that. So if it's 92 3/4, we're going to subtract 3 inches from that. And I've just kind of done my little drawing here. So I'll show you guys. 92 3/4 minus 3 would be 89 3/4. So I'm going to be cutting all of my short pieces at 89 3/4 because we've got one of these on each end. It's 1.5 inches. So we'll have 1.5 inches on this end and 1.5 inches on this end. So these pieces that are stretching across, don't mind the not straight lines, this is just a rough thing for me to see, are going to be 89 3/4. So I'm going to pre-drill all of these holes and then get the stretchers cut. You guys see the bit I'm using here? It's a countersink bit. So the bit tapers up. Then we've got this piece up here that countersinks it so that the head of the screw drives in without splitting the board. And if you've ever dealt with screwing something together and your board splits, you know how frustrating that can be. And while, yes, this does take a few minutes, it's going to save you a lot of frustration. Make your life easier. All right, we've got all of our holes drilled. I'm going to come over here, get these set up. Boys are over there filling in holes with the leftover rock that I didn't use. They love being outside. It's a beautiful day. Can't beat it. All right, guys, so if you remember the math we did here on our sheet of plywood for the length of our, call them floor joists. That's really what they are for this base. We're at 89 3/4 inches. Okay. We're gonna run our tape and we're gonna come out to 89 3/4. Mark it. Grab your square. Strike a square line. And then, trick for using a speed square to get a square cut with a circular saw. Put it here. You line your blade up on 0. And you cut. Now, I have a little circular saw. So it leaves us with a little bit of overhang that has to be taken care of. Sometimes it's just a matter of running your saw.
Why don't you got anybody?
Because
Look, I make the walk. Dad, I make the walk sandwich. Dad, I make the walk sandwich.
all right. guys, we've got to cut 9 of these. We've got 9 joists going across, 7 in the middle, and 2 on one on each end. Okay, so we're going to cut 89 3/4. Use our speed square. Strike a straight line. Keep our speed square. Line it up. Guys, I think it's time for me to get a bigger circular saw, but we're gonna make do here. Use it up, wear it out, make it do, or do without. So I'm gonna make it do until it wears out. All right, so we've got number 9 by 2.5 inch exterior coated construction screws with a T20 star drive. So we're going to come over and start putting in these 2 runners, square it up from corner to corner, and get it all put together. Let's get her done. All right, guys, so we have a square and level frame. Okay, so we can see we marked out there. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got 7 more boards to cut to make our floor joists from side to side, and then we will get them screwed in. Guys, so we've got all 7 of our floor joists cut. Here, Dayton, be careful there, please. You're going to knock over the camera. So now it's a matter of getting them screwed in. They're 16-inch on center. right, guys, so we've got the whole platform is the skeleton is constructed. I've already laid one piece of plywood on there. Got another one I've got to cut just a smidgen off the edge of two whole ones, and got to rip one down to get the other length. So we get this other sheet of plywood on there.
Yeah, I think you have to cut that one. Cover
All right, so to secure this, we are using the same kind of screw, but it's a number 8 by 1.25 inch, exterior coated construction screws with a countersink head, T20 star drive. Alright guys, the next step in this process here, we've got 25 inches left that we need to fill with plywood on our base. So I'm going to be using the Craig Rip Cut, which this edge rides along your factory edge of your board, or the edge, a straight edge, and then this measures out to up to 26 inches. So we're right at the capacity. It's marked to 24 inches, so we're gonna have to finagle it a little bit to get it where we want it. And so we're going to set our width of cut.
us humans
And time to go. Voila.
Dad,
And now,
Dad,
what?
that diamond, that's what it is. That diamond,
Slime.
what? Is it?
And now we've got a piece that is, or should be, 25 inches. Let's find out. Yeah, we're at 25 1/8. That's okay. As I said before, this is not fine carpentry.
Dad.
All right, guys, so we have got our base constructed. Now, there is a slight overhang over here that I need to take care of, but does this give you some perspective on the slope of the ground? That is level. So definitely more of a slope than I thought there was. All right, guys, so the platform for the shed is complete. I want to show you guys a few other things that we've done around here that haven't been very good about documenting. So back here behind me on the front of the barn used to be those panels. There was those 2 gate panels. I didn't like them. The goats could get in and out of it, and no, the panels that we took off. And they could get out because, see the slits there in the billboard tarp? the slits allowed them to sneak out through that.
To have babies today, maybe.
Yep. It allowed them to get in and out of that, and I didn't like that because you can see where we're putting our goat shed, or not goat shed, chicken coop. So from this corner right here, we're gonna bring fence all the way out to here, and this is all gonna be completely fenced off, and it is going to be the chicken run, because we do have 8 hens in that little house right now. But as chicken math always works, we are not sticking with just 8. We are getting, well, not getting, we already have them. They're in the brooder. 20 more. There's 30 in the brooder right now, but 10 of them are my father-in-law's. So we're just raising them up for him so that he doesn't have to. And we will be getting those to him once they're ready to go outside, which is very soon. Very soon.
And we're gonna put the little chicks in the shop in today.
Yep, the little chicks that are in the shop in the brooder are gonna go into the new chicken coop. So lots of big things happening here, guys. Okay, continuing here. We started expanding the goat yard. We videoed that. I'll put that in here. We ran out of daylight very quickly. We thought we would have more daylight than we actually had, and we ended up running out of daylight. But we got the woven wire from the barn right there, run all the way down to that post, and it was dark. So I ended up just bringing it across, leaving the whole roll out. And they do have, I mean, twice the space that they did initially, but we will be moving, now that it's getting nicer, have a nice weekend project to finish this roll of fence out from up there where it's at, all the way down there and across and back up here. And we're gonna link it up with this chain link that's already run here. Free fence. So we're gonna hook it up with this here, and all of this will be goat pen. I'm thinking it's almost a good thing that we didn't get it all done the other night, because this grass is now having a great opportunity to grow and get nice and green for them. They did have a little bit of green grass in the small expanded portion, but they've nibbled it down what was there, which wasn't a lot. So we're doing a lot. We're getting a lot of stuff done around here, and stay tuned as we get more and more and more stuff done.